Hey guys, Chris from Adaptation here, and in this video, I'm going to show you the solution for question 1 from the May 2011 PoA Paper 2. If you want to see the solutions for the other questions on this paper, I'm going to put a card up there and a link in the description below, so be sure to check those out as well. And with that said, let's get into the solution. Okay, so for question 1, we have Michael Jack is a music artiste. On March 31st, 2011, he provided the following information about his assets and liabilities. Now, they give us 10 items here, but instead of reading through all of them and discussing them one by one, let's take a look at the requirement first, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So it says that we are required to prepare a classified statement of financial position, a balance sheet, for Michael Jack as at March 31st, 2011, using the order of permanence in classifying assets, full 20 marks. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of those items one by one, discuss them, and put them in the balance sheet as we go along. Now, the fun part is that they've actually given the items to us in the order in which they should appear, right? In order of permanence, right? So remember, there are multiple ways to do a balance sheet. If you have not yet checked out my balance sheet playlist, I'm going to put a card up there and a link in the description below. So if you're not too comfortable with balance sheets, or you think that balance sheets only have one possible format, check out that playlist, check out all the videos, and then come back here to see what I'm going to do. Because what I am going to do is I'm going to do this balance sheet two ways. Both ways will be in order of permanence. The first way will be me using the net asset presentation, total assets minus total liabilities on top equal to capital below, which is actually what we're going to have to do in order to find out capital, because they don't give us capital in the question in any of the information items. In the second method, I'm going to use the assets equal to capital plus liabilities. So assets on top and capital and liabilities below. And again, the order of permanence means the longest lasting assets come first. So non-current assets first, followed by current assets. Okay, so let's pull up the solution. So please, of course, don't forget to head up properly the name of the entity, the name of the statement you are doing, and the period to which it applies. Okay, so the first item they're showing is item 1. He owns recording equipment valued at $40,000. Don't forget, Michael Jack is a music artist. So recording equipment will be part of his non-current asset section. So we'll put that recording equipment $40,000. The next item he has is he also owns musical instruments worth $15,000. Now, I don't know about you, but musical instruments usually last longer than 1 year unless you're doing real craziness with them. So we're going to put that under non-current assets as well. The third item is a bit long and has something hidden inside of it. So he owns a car, which was bought at a cost of $65,000. So no problem, that's fine. The car was bought with the help of a 5-year loan of $30,000 from Easy Finance Company. So that is a non-current liability. It's a 5-year loan. So it's a liability that's lasting for longer than 1 year. It's a non-current liability. And accumulated depreciation as at March 31st, 2011 is $18,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show the net book value. So I'm going to show the 65,000 minus the 18. So that's going to be 47, right? And I opted to do it this way because neither of the other non-current assets had depreciation. So instead of showing cost and accumulated depreciation and net book value, I'm just showing the net book value there, and we're going to take a subtotal right here. Now we're going on to current assets. So item 4 says there is an inventory of pre-recorded CDs on hand valued at $5,700. So he clearly records his music and sells the CDs. Well, again, this was back in the day before I think all of these streaming services were online in the capacity in which they are right now. So you might wonder, what was a CD? If you don't know what a CD is, ask me in the comment section below, and anybody wants to answer it, wrong answers only, right? Keep it clean. Okay, so we're going to put inventory or stock of CDs, 5,700. Next, we have he sold $300 worth of his pre-recorded CDs to a fan who promised to pay in April 2011. So we are doing the statement of financial position, as at March 31st, 2011. So if the fan promised to pay in April, that means we are currently owed money. That's basically accounts receivable, $300. The next item, item 6. The Cancer Society owes him $8,000 for performing at a public function. So he's owed revenue. He hasn't been paid the revenue, but he's earned it. So that's accrued revenue. So we're going to put that there. Next, item 7. It says he paid $650 in advance to Star Advertising Company, which is working on his new advertising campaign. So that's a prepaid expense. It's an expense paid in advance, which of course, as you should know, is a current asset. Next item, item 8, gives us 2 items in one. He holds a bank account of $8,925 and has petty cash on hand of $50. So we're just going to plug those two things in as they are. and we're going to take a subtotal of 23,625 for current assets, and we're going to add that to the non-current asset total on top, well, subtotal, sorry, of 102,000. That's going to give us 125,625. And now we are going to take into consideration the liabilities, starting with the non-current liabilities. So remember back up in item 3, we were told about the motor car, and it was purchased with the help of a 5-year loan of 30,000 from Easy Finance Company. So we're going to put that loan here, right? 30,000, 30,000. And now current liabilities. So there are 2 items down here, which we will talk about. 9, he owes 2,500 in interest charges on a loan from Easy Finance Company. So that's accrued interest. And he also rents a recording studio for 1,500 per month. 3 months rent remained unpaid at March 31st, 2011. So 1,500 per month and 3 months rent is accrued. So 1,500 by 3 is 4,500. So he has 2 sets of accrued expenses, one for 2,500, one for 4,500, 1,500 by 3. So we're just going to put them as one item in the balance sheet. Right, so you're going to see, as I have it there, accrued expenses, the 2,500 for the interest expense, plus the 1,500 by 3 for the accrued rent, 7,000. We're going to add those 2 items together to get total liabilities of 37,000, which are going to be subtracted from the total assets to give us the net assets, 88,625. And this is where we use that figure as the capital figure, because again, we went through all 10 items given to us in the question, and they didn't tell us anything about capital. But as we know, capital is equal to assets minus liabilities. And I heard some of y'all, very good, right? So all we have to do is put a single line saying financed by capital, 88,625. Right, and that's it, right? That's it for this statement of financial position. Now, like I said, this is one format, the net asset format, which to me was the more useful of the most useful format to use in this particular situation, given that we didn't have capital. But I am going to show you an alternative format now, so just give me 1 sec to rearrange some stuff. Okay, so I've put the balance sheet that we just did on the left-hand side, and we're going to use it to compare to what we're going to do now. So again, we're heading up the same thing, and we're going to start again with the non-current assets because we're still in order of permanence. Now, that section is just going to be a kind of copy and paste, the same 3 items, and we're also going to have the current assets listed just as they are. There are going to be no changes here. We're going to add those 2 subtotals, the 102 for the non-current assets, the 23,625 for the current assets, giving us total assets of 125,625. Now, unlike the balance sheet at left, we are going to stop this top section here, and we are going to start the second section now, financed by capital and liabilities. So again, assets are the resources that a business uses to engage in business, make and provide a good, provide a service, etc., etc. But those resources have to be paid for; they have to be bought. And where does the money come from to buy those resources? It comes from the capital and liabilities. Some money comes from the owner via capital, equity capital. Some money comes from entities other than the owner, creditors, via the liabilities or debt capital. Now, we don't have the capital figure for this question, so we're going to leave that figure blank for now. We are going to start with the non-current liabilities, which we know is just that long-term loan of 30,000, and the current liabilities, which is just the accrued expenses, the 2 sets, right, of 7,000. Total liabilities is 37,000. Now, to get the capital figure, right, we're going to take the total assets calculated above and subtract total liabilities. So basically, we are doing what we did in the previous balance sheet, just in a different order. So you're going to see capital balance, and you're going to see the working right here as well, giving us the same 88,625. And when you add that to your liabilities, you get a line item for total capital and liabilities of 125,625, which of course matches the value of the assets. Because again, this item here, the total assets, that value of assets had to be purchased. Where did the money come from to purchase those assets? It came from capital and liabilities, right? So assets must be equal to capital plus liabilities. And the balance sheet balances. Okay, guys, so there you have it. That's the solution for question 1 from the May 2011 POA Paper 2. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you when I have a chance. If you want to check out any more videos, I'm going to put some cards up here. Don't forget to subscribe, and be sure to check out my website where you'll find some useful free POA handouts. Anyway, guys, as per usual, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye.